Hey guys, APG40 here, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a review of the Logitech G403. Before we get into the video and talk about the mouse, I do want to say that I offer aim coaching for Fortnite through Kovac Aim Trainer. All you have to do if you're interested is DM me on Twitter on twitter.com/APG40_. My link is in the description. Just make sure to follow and DM me there, and I'll try to respond to you as soon as possible and get to you. Now, my coaching, it's for all skill levels, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And if you also want something more specialized, like for shotgun or AR, then I do offer more specialized routines for that. So if you're interested in any of that, make sure to follow and DM me on Twitter for my rates, and I will tell you and try to get back to you as quick as possible. Now, the G403 is a very nice mouse, and I really love using it, and I do perform very well on it. The shape is a really large shape, and it's very good for palm and low sensitivity, because if you're using palm, low sensitivity is going to be the most viable since your whole palm is covering the mouse, so you won't have that much room to work with when it comes to adjustments. So you want to use a lower sensitivity when it comes to palm. The shape is also very ergonomic, and it's similar to the G402, which is, if you're familiar, the mouse that Mongo does use. However, it is a little bit taller and shorter than the G402. So if you took the G402 and you squished it from the front side, you'd basically get a G403. It's a very tall shape, but it's not that long. It's around 12 centimeters long, 6 wide, and 4 tall. So 4 centimeters is pretty tall, and you can tell in your hand when you touch it. It's taller on the left side than it is on the right side, which is just the ergonomic shape of the mouse. And there is a curve going out on the right side from the whole mouse. Now, a lot of mice do curve out at the right at the very front on the buttons, but the G403 just curves out all the way from the back the whole time, and you can kind of tell what I'm seeing or what I'm saying in the B-roll that's on this video. The right mouse click is also a little bit lower down than the left mouse click. That's also part of the ergonomic shape, and overall, when you put it in your hands, it does feel very nice. Another part of the ergonomic shape is that there is a thumb groove on the left side. So, like I said a bunch of times, it is an ergonomic mouse, and it's very nice for palm grip. I don't really see any other grips working that well with this mouse. Like, you maybe can claw it, but I don't see why you would want to do that if, like, other mice like the XM1 and the G203 exist for claw grip. So, if you're a palm gripper and you have larger hands, this is definitely a mouse that you would be looking at. As for the weight of the G403, it's 87 grams, and I know a lot of people think, oh, that's way too heavy. But if I'm going to give my honest opinion, the lightweight mice wave is kind of lame. And the reason why is because lightweight mice don't actually improve your aim that much. I like heavier mice, like 80 to 90 gram mice range, because those actually make your aim a lot more stable and a lot easier to be more consistent. And I honestly wouldn't go lower than 70 grams unless I'm using fingertip, because fingertip mice are small, and like the best fingertip mouse is a Razor Viper Mini, and that's 62 grams, so that's the only time I would go under 70 grams. But other than that, I would say above 70 if you want your aim to be consistent. So 87 grams does fit in that 80 to 90 gram range that I really like. And you also can get used to it if you're coming from a lightweight mouse. It's not that bad. A lot of people freak out about heavier mice, but the lightweight mice trend is not actually, it's overrated. It's not actually gonna make your aim any better. Now, lighter mice are better for mechanics in Fortnite. So if you want to prioritize mechanics over your aim, which I personally would not, then maybe you're not gonna like this mouse. There also is a 10 gram weight that comes with this mouse, and I don't recommend using it because it shifts the weight balance towards the back to be very back heavy, and I really don't like that, and I think that's a bad thing to do with the mouse. As for the G403 switches, they are Omron switches. I'm not sure if they're 20M, 50M, 10M, whatever, but that doesn't really matter. Logitech always makes very nice switches. The ones on the G403 are very crisp, as usual, from Logitech, like I said before. They're very crisp, and I really like them. They kind of have very responsive feeling, which on the G Pro Wireless, it's a little bit less responsive, but it's a little bit more crisp. So, but both mice still very crisp and very responsive clicks. I do prefer the G Pro Wireless clicks a little bit more than this just because of it's crispier. But if you want something that's extremely responsive and kind of, I don't know how to explain, it kind of feels like it bottoms out more, like deepens more. I don't know, it's kind of weird to explain. You'll have to use them. Then the G403 might be something that you like. As for the side buttons, I can't really get it to have pre or post travel. They're good side buttons, and they're also very large side buttons. So if you're building in Fortnite, that might be something that you really like. And I do recommend, or not recommend, but I do think that in Fortnite, if you use side buttons to build, the G403 would be a better option because it's palm grip. So you're not going to lose as much stability in your aim if you're using side buttons to build. Now there also is a DPI button on the top, which you can rebind in your software, but that doesn't really matter what the DPI button does. It's just a DPI button. But if you're really interested in it, it's not like wobbly or anything. Like you can just click it if you need to use it. As for the scroll wheel is not the greatest. I don't like it as much as I do in other mice. But this one feels a little bit more loose, but it's still easy to use, and it's still definitely very usable. And you can click down on it. It just feels pretty average. Nothing too special about it. It's just a scroll wheel. It's not gonna break on you like a Final mouse would, so it should be fine. Alright, so now I'm gonna do a sound test of the mouse in 3, 2, 1, go. As for the G403's build quality, it is very good build quality, and nothing about it can affect you in game. Now, for my copy, which I've had for almost a year now, I can actually press in the back side button if I push really, really hard, but it's nothing you can accidentally do while in game, and you'd have to be intentionally pushing hard on the side of the mouse to get it to activate. When I shake it, nothing rattles at all, and overall, it's a pretty solid thing, except for that one side button that you can activate by pressing in the sides of the mouse. But like I said before, that isn't a big deal because you have to be intentionally pressing as hard as you can for it to activate, and it's nothing that would happen in game on accident. Onto the coding. I really like the coding on this mouse. It's actually pretty good, and I think it's better than the coding on the G Pro Wireless. When I use the G Pro Wireless a lot, my hands get sweaty and it makes my grip feel like a little bit more slippery on the mouse. But with the G403, I don't feel that at all. Maybe a little bit on the left side, but on the right side, it feels like really nice, and sweat doesn't affect it at all. Now the coating does actually absorb a lot of dirt on it, so that is one thing. My G403 gets dirty so quickly, like I can clean it in like a week. I can clean it, and like a week later, it's back to being like where it was when I first cleaned it. So it gets really dirty really quickly, but I don't think that's a big deal. The coating is very good, and if I sweat in it a lot, it's not going to affect me a ton. So overall, it's a good coating, and there should be no problem with the coating whatsoever if you want to use it and if you're interested in the mouse. As for the mice feet are basic Logitech Teflon feet. Now, that is not a huge deal. They aren't like buttery smooth, and they don't glide extremely fast, but they can work just fine for you. You don't have to replace them if you don't want to. Some people do prefer it, or in general, like, it's fine. It's not, your aim's not gonna like ascend on hyperglides. Like, you might actually prefer the Teflon feet. But if you do want to replace the feet, which most of you probably would want to do, I would recommend getting the hyperglides for it, which is what I put on my mouse, and that's what most people should do. But if hyperglides are too expensive, or there's something cheaper that you want, like maybe Core Pads or TigerArc, I'm not sure if they make it for this mouse, but if they do, you can also get that. They're just as good as hyperglides. But if you really don't want to replace the mice feet, then you can keep the stock Teflon feet, the Logitech ones, if you want to, and there are a lot of people that do that also. As for performance, I perform extremely, extremely well in this mouse, and it's probably my favorite palm grip mouse other than the G Pro Wireless that I have so far. I am going to try out a Viper Ultimate and a G402 probably in about a month or so. But for now, G Pro Wireless and the G403 are my two favorite palm grip mouse, with me performing a little bit better with my aim on the G403. I'm not sure what there is to that, but my hands are pretty big, and it fits more comfortably on the G403 with my type of palm grip. So I think that could be a reason. I do play a lower sensitivity. I play 800 DPI 6.2% if I'm using palm grip, because you want to be using a lower sensitivity on palm because there's less room to work with on your grip than there is on claw. So you want to be using a lower sensitivity, like I said earlier in the video. There also are some pro players that do use this mouse. I believe Avery, the guy that won FNCS squads, not the FaZe dude or the dude that used to be in FaZe or whatever, the one without the X in his name. Those of you that follow the pro scene should know who he is. He does use this mouse, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he switched to it pretty recently. He plays around 800 DPI, 6%, I believe. So right around the range that you kind of want to be with a palm grip type of mouse. And also, Saf has been using this mouse for a really long time, and you all know that Saf has really, really good pump aim and really, really good aim in general. And he plays like 5.9/6%. I'm not sure actually. I'm pretty sure it's one of those two. But then again, a good sensitivity for palm grip. So if you're gonna use this mouse, I recommend using a lower sensitivity with it, which is something you would want to do because it's a palm grip mouse. Alright, so that's all I have to say about this mouse. It's a very great mouse, and I really enjoy using it and everything like that. As for usual, make sure to subscribe to me if you really enjoyed this video and you thought it was informative or it helped you in any way. I'd really appreciate if you can drop a subscription to my channel. I will be making more mouse videos in the future. Now, my background clips might be the same in the next few videos because I'm actually on Thanksgiving break right now recording these, and finals are coming up for my school, so I'm going to be really busy. So I'm pre-recording some of these videos and scheduling them for the future, so the background clips might be the same in some of my upcoming videos. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say. Make sure to comment, make sure to like, and thank you so much for 10K again. I just hit that recently. If you guys all want to watch my 10,000 subscriber montage, that would be great, and I would really appreciate it if you did that. And also, like I said earlier, I do offer aim coaching for Fortnite. I said that in the very beginning of the video. And if you're interested in my aim coaching, it's through Kovacs. You can just follow me on Twitter and DM me. Or you can just follow me on Twitter in general. I will tweet stuff about aiming or like me playing the game in general, and that you might be able to see that I wouldn't put on my YouTube channel. So go follow me on there. I would really appreciate it. Alright, so that's all I have to say, and thank you for watching.